Good morning. How are you? I see you slept next to your Lego table. Did you play with Legos this morning? What'd you make?
No. Oh no.
You don't know. It looks pretty cool.
I think it's a submarine.
Oh, it's like some type of a vehicle. Neat. You did a great job. Hi. You made up your bed? Wow, look at that fancy job. You did a great job. Made up your bed too. Look at that. Wow, you did a really fancy job.
I was the first one that.
Thumbs up, buddy. Good
Way
job.
down to IKEA so I can buy that shelf I was talking about yesterday. And I did a workout, about a half an hour run. And I didn't run that fast on the treadmill. I ran about 5.0, so it was relatively slower, a lot slower, but you know, I still got a good sweat going on. Took a shower, and then you continue to just burn and sweat for like, oh, who knows how long, but I'm feeling better now. Haven't had my breakfast yet. I'm going to wait until I'm in a little while. I've been waiting to have breakfast because I wanted to drop the kids off and then have it myself. Alright, so this is my breakfast at IKEA. I was really surprised they didn't have more like fresh veggies and stuff, so I just noticed everything on here is like brown, but I'm going to go ahead and have it. I'm going to probably have like half of this bagel and maybe half of this cinnamon bun. I've been wanting to try them, but this one's pretty hard, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. Lick that cake, buddy.
It's still Friday, and it's the last day of engineering camp. Yay! So I'm glad about that. I'm glad he's been having a great time. It's just that it's been kind of hard to hang out here for 3 hours with the little guys every single day of this week. So anyway, I did not have lunch yet, and it is already, what time is it? It's like, oh gosh, it's like almost 4 o'clock or something? 3:30 or something like that. And yeah, so my window is going to close in a couple of hours, and I need to eat something like substantial before that, like real soon, so that I can start fasting, and it's got to last till tomorrow. So what to have, and then I have to bring something to my husband too. So it's either going to be like a hamburger or a chicken sandwich or something like that. We got it down to maybe a gyro or Subway, and I have to weigh in tomorrow, and so I'm thinking if I go with Subway, I might be able to cut down on some sodium. If I have a gyro or a burger, then I'm going to be up on my salt and my sodium for 2 days, and I'm probably going to weigh more, which wouldn't be good because my pants are more loose. Things have changed. So even if my weight didn't come down, I think my body composition's changed just a little bit. They're more loose, so I don't understand what's going on with that, but it's a good thing. I'll take it. That's just fine with me. Oh my goodness, what a cute little chipmunk. He just crawled up on the wall.
I ended up going to Subway and got a 6-inch rotisserie style chicken with 1 slice of American cheese, all the veggies on it, and 1 bag of baked Lay's potato chips. And I scanned the chips, and the chips were coming up as 5 points, and then when I scanned the regular Lay's, which I got from my husband, those are coming up as 8 points. So I guess I saved 3 points by getting the baked chips, and it's fine with me because either one of those is not my favorite chips, but it's kind of nice to have a little something with my meal. And then I've got some water, and that's going to do it for me for today. Maybe a half, if I have the points, we'll see. Maybe a half of a protein bar afterward, so we'll see. Do you see a bee?
Yeah, down there, inside there.
Check.
I was trying to see.
Yeah, he's pollinating the flowers. We've got like a ton of mint in the front yard. From what I hear, it actually keeps roaches away from your home. And it smells great, and you can use it in your water. Hey everybody. All right, it is Friday evening, and I am so glad this week is over. It was kind of stressful, and so I'm looking forward to a wonderful weekend. I'm just about to go do yoga right now, and I'm looking forward to that after a stressful week. And so now this morning, I was really hoping to get a little bit of, some vegetables into my breakfast, and it didn't turn out that way. We were running late, and I ended up saying, all right, I'm just going to have my breakfast at IKEA after I checked the kids into the playland, and I did, and then I looked down at my plate. Honestly, they didn't have a whole lot to choose from this morning, and so I took the small breakfast and added on, and I looked at my plate, and it was like brown and yellow, and that was like all there was, and I was like so kind of bummed out. There were no strawberries, there were no grapes, there was, you know what I mean? There was no oatmeal. I was looking for oatmeal. There was just no oatmeal. There was no whole grain toast available. And so my pickings were just like, this wasn't a breakfast I would normally choose. It wouldn't be one that I would make at home. And I've been having such great breakfasts all week at home. But anyway, I did what I did. And I'm glad I was fasting before I had it. And it worked out, before I had it. But anyway, the cinnamon roll, which I always forfeit. I never get the cinnamon roll when I go there, and they smell so good, and I always want to get one. And then I got it today, and it was like stale, and the cinnamon topping, the frosting was all melted. So I don't know where it was, because it didn't taste like it was on the cinnamon roll, but it was just not sweet, and it was kind of a bummer. I was really bummed out, and I used calories on that. But anyway, it is what it is. And tomorrow morning I'm going to have breakfast with our eldest, and that's going to be really nice. The weekend's going to be a bit of a celebration, so I'll do my best, but you're going to be seeing me have a little fun this weekend because I get to have breakfast with him, and then I'm going to have lunch with my family tomorrow. We're going to be doing some shopping together. It's our 31st anniversary coming up on Wednesday. So my husband and I do some interesting things for anniversary. We love going to the dollar store and giving each other, like a bunch of little cute little gifts and things like that we just picked out there, and because the kids love that place. So he usually surprises me with something else too, but and I told him not to do that because then I would want to get him something nice, and we decided to stay under budget this year. But so we said, you know what, let's go to the dollar store and get each other 31 things, each, and we're going to take the kids with us, and they're going to help, and that'll just be kind of fun. And then we're going to have lunch afterward together as a family. And then tomorrow after church, we're going to, not tomorrow, Sunday, after church, we're going to, the kids will get to go to a fun place that they love, and my hubby and I will have a nice lunch together. And so he's really sweet. He's agreed instead of dinner to keep it at lunch because he wants me to stay within my fasting window and not to mess that up. So I really appreciate that. That's really sweet. I would have moved it for him for sure, but I'm so glad that he decided to help keep me on track, because it just makes me feel like I'm not having to mix things around, and that's fine because I'm just getting used to this one. So really quick, I wanted to talk to you about bioidentical hormones. So if you're not interested in this, thank you for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. If you are interested, and I think that if anybody hasn't been through menopause, and even men who are getting up there in age, bioidentical hormones for people who have low testosterone at some point or another work miracles. It works miracles. And so it's usually the bioidenticals are usually prescribed in a cream form because they're absorbed through the skin. So they're usually put in topically. Sometimes, they are to be inserted. I won't get into that right now, but the topical ones, there's certain areas on your body that you should rub them on. They tell you for better, I guess your body has to awaken receptors or create these receptors that will take in the hormones. And so over time, this is what happens. And for me, when I started taking them, honestly, within the first week or so, my symptoms were like they were gone. I mean, they've just been wonderful for me. So nowadays, for some reason, I still experience a little bit of, my hot flashes went away completely, and then they started creeping back in just a little bit. So every now and then I get a little warm, but it's nothing like it was. I mean, I was just living in, really a really bad situation with my sweats. It was horrible, and that went on for like 4 years before I actually did something about it. But anyway, when I first got them prescribed to me, I was told that, and I have a wonderful doctor, and it's usually, she said, go ahead and, put them on the inside here of the upper part of your arms, right? And so that's where you're going to put it in, or on the inside area of your thighs. And for a particular, I think it was the estrogen progesterone cream, she said, so flip-flop every other day, you're going to kind of like flip-flop those two places. So I said, okay, that's fine. So I had been doing this for years, right? Now, with all this lifting and working out and everything, I'm going, what's funny is that I still have a couple of trouble areas that I never really had before, but I noticed that those places, they're a real struggle for me to really tighten them up. What's going on? Well, one of them is the back portion of my arm is still a little bit, I would like that to firm up a bit, and a little bit more. And I mean, it's firm up here on top and all the way around, but the back, I feel like, needed a little bit more work. And then the inner part of my thigh, needed a little bit. For some reason, it just felt there was a little tiny bit more padding than there has been, and I'm like, what is going on, and then it hit me that, oh my goodness, why haven't I put this together? Wherever you put estrogen cream, you are going to develop a fatty layer, and so they say, another doctor that I was listening to, she said, never put the estrogen cream, estrogen, progesterone, don't ever put your bioidentical hormones on your skin below your waist, because you will develop fat in that area. Well, here I am, over the last 4 years or so, I'm rubbing it on the innermost part of my thighs for like years and wondering why this isn't getting slimmer. Okay, well, why is this, I'm getting like slim on all these other areas, but that's still a problem area, or the arm area, because I was rubbing it up here. And I'm thinking, okay, nuts to this, I'm done with this. So I nixed that, and I know it's going to take a while. I hope it takes months, not years, to kind of like undo what, has happened there. But, so I've moved the areas, and I found out that another good area to rub them in are the wrists. So now I've got like unusually small wrists. I always have, and so I could like fit around there. And so honestly, if I get fat wrists, who cares? Nobody's even going to be able to tell. And I doubt that my husband's going to care if I don't think anything's going to even happen, here. And then the other area is you can actually put them is, and now this is for women, because I really don't think that men are going to begin getting the progesterone estrogen cream. But to rub it, there's at the rib bone here that starts right above your breast area, start there and work downward. Yes, you're going to apply it on your breast area, and that's fine, because you know what, I'm losing weight everywhere. That's usually one place that I lose weight, that I don't want to lose weight. So if I retain some sort of fattiness in that area, who cares? That's fine. Fat wrists, decent bust area, I'm okay with that. So I am switching those areas out. But I just wanted to pass that on. If anybody else was going to be getting bioidentical hormones, depending on what kind you're getting, watch where you're putting them. And so just know that they could develop fatty areas. Anyway, that was a real interesting eye-opener to me, but wanted to pass that on, and I wanted to thank you for spending your day with me, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, love you guys a lot. Have a good night.